Hello, good morning, participants. Once again, I welcome you all to the forenoon session of the penultimate day of the 1 week FDP. So it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the Department of Political Science and its professor and head, Dr. C. Subramaniam, sir, and the coordinators, Dr. Neelam Pandey and Dr. J. Subramanian, and myself and the technical team. I welcome you all to this forenoon session. Today, this forenoon, we have Dr. K.Senthikumar, Associate Professor, Department of Political Science, Alagappa University, Karaikudi, as the resource person. Sir has a rich experience of 18 years of teaching and more than that, rich experience in research. Sir has published articles in reputed journals and magazines. And when he was faculty member of the Department of Political Science in Annamalai University, Sir has organized seminars and conferences also. His area of specialization is international relations. More importantly, Sir has visited Japan, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Thailand to attend the international conferences and enriched the deliberations. Further, Sir has given interviews in popular TV channels like Kalanya TV, Murasi TV, Jaya TV. There he has been interviewed on the very vital topics of today, that is how to conquer and crack with the competitive examinations, one of the burning area where most of the students need guidance. So Sir has been doing it for the last few years. And he is a member of Board of Studies, Annamalai University. And today, he is going to talk on 100 years of marathon, China's Paramountcy in the global order, winning the race. A very vital topic, very interesting one. So like the participants, I too were very much interested in listening the lecture by Senthikumar. Now I request and I invite Dr. Senthikumar to deliver his talk. It is over to Senthikumar. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Balamurugan. It is my immense pleasure to be a part of this academic session. And respected head of the department, Dr. C. Subramaniam, and colleagues, Dr. J. Subramaniam, conveners, co-convener, Dr. Neelam Pandey, and the facilitator, Dr. Balamurugan, and technicians, technical experts, Ms. Narmada and Mr. Sivanesan, faculty members from different departments of Annamalai University, faculty members, students, and research scholars cutting across the states, universities, colleges, and research institutions. And very good morning, everybody. So this is an opportunity. I can consider it as a golden opportunity to share some of my own views, perceptions, observations related with the international order. We are in the midst of COVID-19. And besides the menace at the international level, I appreciate the head of the department for taking a noble initiative to quench the academic thirst of the entire human community. The Department of Political Science and Public Administration has got its own intellectual tradition from the period of Dr. Bhaskaran, founder of this department, and also Dr. A. Shanmugam, who has got Fulbright Fellowship, and Dr. Lazar Samraj, and a number of other people who has held highest positions like Vice Chancellor of a particular university, Controller of particular institution, and Director of Distance Education, Director of Academic Staff Colleges. And it is only because of the intellectual tradition. And we appreciate and we bow in front of those stalwarts and academic doyens like Dr. Bhaskaran, Dr. Shanmugam, Dr. Swaminathan, Dr. Lazarus Samraj of this department. So if the Department of Political Science and Public Administration is taking these kind of ample initiatives in the path of intellectual tradition, it is because of those pioneers and forerunners in the department. So and when head of the department was asking me to give the topic, I was, because since in the year 2015, I had published an article. I could not remember the exact name of the journal. And I was discussing, I had elaborated about the South China Sea in the year 2015. And subsequently, I had also published around 4 to 5 articles related with the Doklam issue and related with One Belt Road, and also related with Indo-Bangladesh relations, Indo-Chinese relations, Indo-American relations. Some 3 to 4 PhD under my guidance they had completed in international politics. So I got some of limited reading, and also I'm a little bit close with the issues which is emerging from China, and the bitter or better strategies that is being adopted by Chinese government in order to control this entire world. And with this short introduction, and let me share with you some my own observation and varied thinking, which I had drawn, the inferences which I had drawn from different kinds of books, reviews, articles, magazines. So let me just wait. Let me pass on to the PowerPoint sharing. Good evening.
Wait, இன்னும் வரல ஆக்சுவலா, வெயிட் பண்றோம்.
Can you view? Hello.
இல்ல not visible. இங்க இன்னும் வரல. உங்க இமேஜ் தான் வந்துட்டு இருக்கு.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay.
இல்ல ஷேர் ஸ்கிரீன் வழியா தானே போறீங்க? ஸ்கிரீன்ல
Share screen. We have to go to share screen.
ஸ்கிரீன்ல ஷேர் ஸ்கிரீன் இருக்குமே.
1 minute.
அது வழியா போகும்.
Yes. Sorry for the disturbance.
அப்படியே கொடுத்துட்டோம். It's okay.
Okay.
Okay. இப்போ ஸ்லைட் ஷோ அண்ட் ஃப்ரம் தி பிகினிங்.
Okay.
Next slide. Next slide ponga. Next slide ponga.
Lila, it's not coming. Just a minute, just a minute.
Okay, no problem. Correct, best, super. You proceed now.
Okay. It's not going beyond that.
Side arrow, side arrow.
Side arrow, I'm touching the
down arrow.
No, it's not working. 1 minute, 1 minute.
Screen over the touch cursor. Touch side arrow, side arrow.
Okay, coming.
Right, correct. This is for thinking. Nice.
Okay. So, just 5 seconds. These are all some of the books. These are all some of the books which has to be devoured in order to grasp a broader and comprehensive understanding about the topic. History of the Peloponnesian War, Thucydides. And this is the first work on the account of war, which happened between Athenian civilization and Spartan civilization, and then clash of civilization and the remaking of world order, written by Samuel Huntington. An outline of world history, written by H.G. Wells, from which Jawaharlal Nehru has written glimpses of world history, because glimpses of world history, it was written by Jawaharlal Nehru in the aftermath of an outline of world history written by H.G. Wells. And from the ruins of empire, Pankaj Mishra, and critic of pure reason, Immanuel Kant, German philosopher, who has also advocated the principle and philosophy of perpetual peace. So from Immanuel Kant only, Woodrow Wilson, the father of public administration, who has also coined 14th principle during the First World War, which happened between 1914 to 1918. And he has drawn from Immanuel Kant, the famous German philosopher, critic of pure reason, he has written, and also perpetual peace. And dollar diplomacy, this is a Tamil work by Raghavan. Raghavan has written a number of international works related with international politics, and also writings of Srinath Raghavan. So he was working in military, and now he is a professor in Ashoka University, one of the famous university in the modern India, on par with the Nalanda University. So these are all some of the thesis which I had framed, I had drawn as an inference from the readings of the international order and world history. And first one is US involvement in shaping and reshaping the international order. Now at present in the 21st century, in the third millennium, we are speaking about a boycotting of Chinese goods. But for the past around, let's say that from 1945 to until now, hitherto 2020, United States of America has involved in almost a number of crises: Vietnam crisis, Korean crisis, war against terrorism, Cuban Missile Crisis, Afghanistan crisis, Gulf crisis. But towards when we scrutinize the world history in the 20th and the 21st century, it has involved, without United States of America, we cannot observe the international order. So, but we didn't attempt to boycott the goods of United States of America. And what is the reason? This is a question mark which I keep in front of the intellectual community and academic community. And the portrayal of leaders, patriotism. So we in India, we portray Mahatma Gandhi as a father of nation. And our history books, it comprises of Gandhian principles and the national ideals, Indian national movement ideals, portraying Mahatma Gandhi as father of nation, giving a, what's say that, a mega figure. And think in other way, what about in Pakistan? Have anyone read the history books published by the government of Pakistan? What about the status of Mahatma Gandhi in the history books which children used to read in Pakistan? Definitely it is not. So it also depends upon the patriotic feeling. It also depends upon the ruling parties or the government which frames policies related with education. And role of media. When our soldiers in India were attacked in the border, Indo-Chinese border, Indo-Pakistan border, Indo-Bangladesh border, or Indo-Sri Lankan border, or Indo-Nepalese border, the entire media used to focus upon the Indian soldiers, how they were attacked, how they were butchered, how they were executed, how they were killed. Okay, likewise, we are focusing. And our media will not be focusing upon the other part. How many Chinese soldiers were butchered, how many Chinese soldiers were tortured, how many Pakistan soldiers were tortured to death. We didn't know about that. It depends also upon the media of a particular country. I am not just blaming upon a single country, but for your thinking process. That is why I framed it as thesis for thinking. And it also, the international order, if any country takes an action or reaction, definitely we have to observe its colonial past. If China is aggressively moving towards one belt road policy, if China is moving towards pearl of string theory, if China is claiming the entire South China Sea, we have to see its worst colonial past. See, China was ravaged by number of colonial empires, including United States of America, Britain, France, Portuguese, Dutch. All these small countries, they entered into China and they had just divided the territories of China to themselves and exploited. So many exploitation happened in China. Okay, this is quite the normal thing which happened in India also. It happened in Vietnam also. It happened in Korea also. It happened in African continent also. It happened also in the countries of Latin America. Okay, so I'm not just focusing upon a single country. Please think of the bitter colonial past of all the countries in this world. So, and also the one-upmanship of a country. See, 1920s, Mussolini dominated Italy, and also at the international level. And the people from different countries, they feared upon Italy, they feared upon Mussolini, the strong leadership in Italy. And in 1930s, the entire world nations, they watched by just keeping their mouth mum upon Hitler's Germany. Okay, Hitler's march on this earth. So it also depends upon the one-upmanship of a particular country, like Jawaharlal Nehru in India and Jinnah in Pakistan, and so on and so forth. And maybe in Germany, Bismarck, Franco in France, Spain, and number of other countries. It differs from country to country. And the international order also is shaped and it is shaped by the domestic politics of a particular country. If Congress is there, it has supported the Palestine cause. Now it is BJP, the ruling party, and it is opposing the cause of Palestine, or otherwise, to put it in a different way, it is supporting the cause of Israel. We have got a good relationship with Israel now. But in the past, we didn't have such kind of cordial relationship with Israel. This is also to be observed for your observation. And apart from that, global suzerainty. Every country, see Morgenthau in his Politics Among Nations, one of the wonderful work. And when we scrutinize the annals of the literature history, we can also observe the Prince written by Machiavelli, and also Arthashastra written by Kaudilya or Chanakya, power politics. There are two schools of thought. One school of thought advocating for the power. At any cost, a nation should become powerful. Even Abdul Kalam, the former president of India, he was advocating the principle, he was advocating the philosophical value of becoming India as a superpower in 2020. But that is not the case now at present. Every nation wants to focus itself as a superpower. Every country, even in Latin America, in African countries, South Africa, in Asia, China wants to become a superpower. India wants to become superpower, and number of other countries. In U.A.E, number of Islamic countries, they also wanted to become powerful countries in this world, because power that is a main gamut, power that is a central shaft for all type of relations at the international level. So we have to think about the international politics, international relations, and also international order in terms of global suzerainty. And let me, my session, I categorized the session. My initial session, it deals with the relations or order, better order, and strained order, better relations and better relations that shaped the entire world up to this 21st century. So the world consists of 195 countries and also 72 dependent territories. And around 85 to 90% of all the nations are following democratic type of governance, which